Welcome to one of the best Zooms of your entire life. You guys have been waiting for this. What I love about Plexus is that we're a product-driven company. And so one of the people that you definitely relate to products is Emerald Ambassador Aimee Darling. You guys have probably used one of her videos to send them off to a potential or to a friend. You probably use them to teach yourself about the products. So I'm super excited that she's on tonight. And I'm going to ask you a question out the gate that you aren't prepared for, but it's not bad. It's not inappropriate. This is actually, I just want to hear what your perspective is. Because, first of all, let me tell you this. This is so exciting. Okay, so we hosted a boy, he's 13, from another country. And he was here for a month. And then I fell in love, and I just know he's supposed to be ours. And my husband too, which is like completely the Holy Spirit. But anyways, we weren't sure if he was available for adoption. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting to hear. And then today, we got the email that he's totally available to be adopted, which is so exciting. I screamed and I hollered and I cried. Okay, and then someone said this to me after when I was telling her. She said, you know, I feel like Plexus has given you a platform to become a warrior for orphans. And then I felt like hair growing on my chest, and I was like, yeah. So I got super excited. So in the same way, Aimee, do you feel like having Plexus as your platform has allowed you to use your knowledge to a way higher level? Like you've actually been able to bless and help more people than you ever dreamt you could. Take it away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First off, Jennifer, let's just hang up now because that is more important than anything I have to say. I am so excited for you and your family. That seriously. Okay. Hold on. So, because we've been watching your story. So hold on. Let me get it together. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I should have told you at the end.
It's okay.
Okay, I need to tell you one more thing.
Okay. All right. So I'm very excited to be here. I'm going to tuck that one back away, or I can't think. Congratulations all around. But you guys, Jennifer, I have a secret. So Jennifer's my favorite diamond. So just so you know, she is. And I kind of have a crush. So just so you know. All right. So like she said, my name is Aimee Darling. And here's the thing. I made a video the other day. And I know she is. Except from, of course, my own, because that's Helen McFadden. So don't, we got to go there. But here's the thing. I made a video the other day about my story. And I'm not in a place where I feel like I can release it yet because I started to cry at the end. And I don't do that very often unless it's something huge for me. And so I noticed when I reviewed it to make sure I didn't say anything really dumb that it was okay. And then I thought, oh, no, I'm not comfortable with people knowing yet. So one of the things on my story was people ask me all the time, why did I quit my job? And after a year of working a lot and homeschooling and all these things, and, I've always felt driven and by empathy because my son was so ill, and then my daughter, and all these things had happened in our lives. And I really felt like I was supposed to be doing something that touched a lot of lives. And I didn't know how, and I didn't know what that would look like. And I had this snobby view of my education. And, I don't have a $5 nutrition degree. I have a lot of hours in a lot of different arenas post graduation that has been a privilege for me. And I always felt like if I sat in an office, I could change maybe, the ripple effect was 20 lives a week, right? If people showed up. But I have the privilege of changing lives of people that I'll never know. And it's the first time people came up to me and started talking to me at a convention it was in Arizona. And I'll never forget going back to the hotel room and just bawling because I'm an introvert. So it was so uncomfortable for me to have people coming up and talking to me because I didn't know, I wasn't used to it. And it wasn't until that moment, that day, that I realized that with an arena and a platform of Plexus, I have had the privilege of not just being, a position that somebody aspires to, or a skill set that somebody aspires to, or a lifestyle that someone aspires to, but helping people touches my core. And when people come up to me and they say, I never would have started because I watched your video and this woman gave it to me, and now it's changed the trajectory of my life forever because it's changed my health. And I wouldn't have if it didn't come from you. And it really bothered me to use my platform in the beginning because I thought, I need to not tell people I'm a nutritionist. And so I went through a lot of stuff. So I just really appreciate that you point that out, because that actually was my video. Why Plexus? Why from me? And it's because if I'm going to help people, I want to help as many as I can, as quickly as I can. in as big of a way as I can. And Plexus has given me that arena. And so I'm just thankful every day in like a weird, creepy, over emotional way. So here's what I also know. People know a lot more than I do. Many of you probably know a lot more than I do. I was looking at the questions you were asking and I thought, okay, what I'm really good at is breaking things down. And I will say this, when you have a product-driven focus, I do talk about our business first a lot because I believe that when you have the opportunity of what we have, getting paid to get healthy, getting paid to help others is such a beautiful thing. And that was the one thing where I would say to people, I had to learn the products just like you. I did not walk into Plexus with all this crazy knowledge, but what I understood was systems, and I understood how the products all work together. And so I believe that as a business person, you want to step back and have all this knowledge in your back pocket. Be a student of our business. Be a student of our products. But what makes me successful is that when someone asked about Vital Biome, you know what, you guys, I spend the same amount of time that you do looking at Vital Biome, reading the FAQs about Vital Biome, having a bigger picture idea. But when I go to sell a product or I go to recruit a person about our products, it's not with fancy speak. I do the same thing that Jennifer's teaching you. I do the same thing I teach you. And that's have the knowledge for the questioners, right? Those blue or those green, yellow personalities. They have the knowledge that you can refer them to the video or refer them to the FAQ. But my absolute reason I'm successful is I'm good at personal connection. I'm good at saying, Jennifer, I saw and noticed that you were exhausted. If you could improve anything in your health, what would it be? And then in my mind, I'm thinking, I have 16 tickers that go through my mind, like little 3.5 by 5 cards. And I'm thinking in my mind, she's tired, ding, slim. She's got gut issues, ding, 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 ProBio 5. And I think that way. And so if I could encourage any of you, as you have some of these questions I'm going to quickly answer, just know that you're going to have to learn them just like I do. But Plexus is doing a phenomenal job, and I have the privilege of being part of the R&D team in the field, and I helped them refine Vital Biome. So one of you asked about how, what's the big deal with Vital Biome? So let me just take a second. Back up a second. You asked about where products are grown and harvested. You're not going to get that info from me because you want to remember that when supplements are made, and Plexus doesn't yet make all of our supplements. So there's always sourcing. And I never realized that until I had a woman in my office years ago who owned a company. And I said, well, what do you do for a living? I was helping her with some nutritional problems. And she said, I own a nutrition supplement company. And I said, oh, which one? This was years ago. And she said, no, I sell bulk. So remember that the products come in bulk bins. So you get a huge thing of alpha lipoic acid, and then that company then sells it to individual companies that then create it and capsulize it. So you want to remember that we don't always have that far back information that's going to be public. Okay, so what Plexus does is we test for efficacy, we test for purity, we test for metals, we test for all the things that would keep our products safe and effective, and then we dose at the amounts that are safe and effective. So we are, in that sense, that middleman. We make sure we have a whole department where they're checking things. However, for us to say, hey, where's green lip muscle from? Some of those stories, I don't know where those come from, but I don't have answers. Okay, so Vital Biome. Here's the scoop on it. You want to take that like in the morning with your Slim. Okay, just take it with your Slim, be simple. When there's an enzyme in something like Ease or ProBio 5, it'll start to break down those strains in the Vital Biome. So that's why we say take it separate. But if you have to just get it in you, get it in you. And people ask me, can I take more than one? You know what, you guys, stick to the labels, because you want to stick to the labels to make sure your body is growing and changing the way it should at a rate that you can actually get rid of toxins as you have die-off. If you're, taking 5 Vital Biome, oh man. Now, I'm a trend watcher. So some of my information comes from watching trends, and you will know somebody more brilliant than me in Plexus that can give you different answers. But with Vital Biome, if you go back to every product, you'll see that the R&D team created FAQs, and the diamonds help, and all the jewels help, and we're helping refine the FAQs. And I can tell you, knowing what's coming down the pipe, I'm always saying, okay, these are the things they're going to ask in the field. This is what's going to happen. They're going to want to know, can they have 20 vital biome? And it says on there, take one. Is it going to hurt you? No. However, when you give a garden, which is your gut, when you give a garden a whole lot of good compost fast, you're going to have a lot of the weeds die faster than you can pull them out of your garden. Okay, so, if you can take more than one, take more than one. But in my family, we take one in the morning with Slim, and that's all we do. Okay, now Chromium, the other thing is the Chromium and the Slim. So you want to remember that the Chromium that we use actually has a B like boy vitamin connected to it. So molecularly it's connected. It goes into the body more efficiently. It helps you. A geeky little thing to tell you really quick is I want you to think about this. When I'm talking to somebody that's like, well, I don't need to lose weight. Well, Chromium helps balance blood sugars. And if you're going to choose to go out and eat, some horking in some junk food and drinking a bunch of wine, the product's not going to tell you to stop eating past a certain point if you don't listen. But Chromium, that particular one, has niacin. And niacin is a B-like boy vitamin, and it helps to pull the nutrition as your blood sugars balance, insulin gets balanced, and the receptors pull it into the body. So that's why Slim matters for people that don't need to lose weight, people that do need to lose weight, because as your body chews up food, you're going to absorb the bits of it, right? Your tiny little molecules. If you are having problems with blood sugar, your body can't open the door on the cell. And insulin is the key that unlocks the door. And Slim, because it has insulin, right? It's helping balance your insulin because it's using Chromium. It's actually helping that key to turn more efficiently so we can bring in nutrition so we're not so tired. It can bring in muscle regrowth so we have quicker, faster, not so much pain, healing gains. Either you're lifting or you're just getting off your couch. So that's what that is. So when you look at Slim, okay, Slim is so multifunctional. It's amazing because alpha lipoic acid, you guys, increases glutathione. And so you're actually reducing toxic loads. So when someone says to me, oh, I don't need to lose weight, I'm just gonna, I don't need to use Slim. I'm like, no, everybody needs to use Slim. Okay. Now, if you're really struggling with weight or you're struggling with whatever's going on, I drink 2 a day. I take 1 in the morning and I take 1 in the afternoon when my kids come home, and there's a correlation. Okay. So I take 2 a day. The product was meant to be 1 to 2. And so if you're really stuck, take 2. What about pain meds and ease and nerve? Well, really quick, you guys, anytime a person's on medications, I just would tell you, check with your doctor. What if there are more medications coming out every second than I can even imagine the number? So there could be a medication that person's on that might have a problem with an enzyme. Who knows? We don't. So my line always is, please feel free to take the product or the ingredient list back to your practitioner. Let them tell you if there's an interaction issue. And then they can say yes or no. Okay. I didn't say go see if your doctor says you should use this. I said go ask your doctor if there's a problem with interaction. They can also ask their pharmacist if there's an interaction issue with any of the supplements, and they'll give a black and white yes or no. And then you as an ambassador are not dealing with that garbage we deal with where their doctor says, oh, you don't need to spend $100. It's okay. Take this. Now your foot might fall off and there's at least 90 seconds of problems that are going to happen because you're taking these meds, but no, it's okay. Okay. So that's what I do. Send them in, black and white answer. I saw that Donna Lee was answering about the baby thing. She's always going to know more than I do. But here's the thing. If you ever take milk, either breast milk or whatever you're feeding your baby, and you actually open a ProBio 5, you can put it on clean fingers that are wet, and you can actually place it on the nipple. They'll suck it in. Or you can put it in their mouth because you're finger sucking, and they'll take it in. Okay, so that's how you get those things in them. The thing with people that are constipated, so you asked me about BioCleanse. You know, you guys, we have to stick to what's on the labels and the ingredient labels, because if we go off the labels and next thing you know, we've decided we're going to take 25 of something, we don't know, because I don't know what's going to happen. But when you have people with constipation issues, I would actually increase your ProBio 5 before I just look at adding more magnesium. Okay, so dosage wise, there's a new graphic in the back office, in the virtual office. It tells you how to start. Let's remember, we are all part of Plexus because of my 4 reasons, right? My same that you, same. It's simple, it's affordable, it's clean, and it's effective. If you get rid of simple, you are gonna mess yourself up. Start everybody the same way, okay? Here's my 2 trains of thought. If they have no issues, they're just basically tired and have thyroid issues, that maybe they're overweight, they're having, you know, basic fibromyalgia. There isn't anything that's like, oh my gosh, they have Crohn's, right? Or colitis. If they're not jacked, then I have them start with Slim. I spend a couple days, then I have them add BioCleanse, then I spend a couple days, and then I have them start ProBio 5. Now, blue and red personalities, they're just gonna take them all at once. They're gonna have die-off, and you're gonna have to always deal with them. But people that are gonna listen, I say, Jennifer, I would love to see which product is the most effective currently, because this will change over time. See, I'm always planting seeds because I want her to do what I want her to do. And so I'm gonna start her with Slim, and then BioCleanse, and then ProBio 5. If somebody is a mess, you know that beautiful new brochure we have? I don't know where mine went. Beautiful new brochure, it says weed, seed, feed, and protect. If you look, a garden that's full of weeds, yeast overgrowth, messed up skin, jackered up gut issues, basically like their whole colon's just fallen out. I don't know what their problem is. Start them on BioCleanse and then ProBio 5. If they're really a mess, maybe ProBio 5 for a day or 2. Slim is 3rd. It's really okay to customize, but if you start saying, and 4 of this and 6 of that, and if you don't take it at night, it will never work. If you do that, read your customer. If they are a quick person, give them quick directions. Keep it to the simple. It's replicatable. If you get all fancy, and I know as they go and, you know, 3-4 months down the road, they see a video, they get all excited. That's fine, but if you're not simple, you're gonna lose them. Because what's the difference between us and something else, okay? So that thing about ProBio 5 and ProBio 5 and BioCleanse together, I'm sorry. But you know, Lori Harrison and I've been telling y'all for years, ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, yes, can be together. So the one last person that's at customer service that might still not have that story right, I'm not sure what's wrong with that person. But even Cindy Latham has told us they can be put together. The idea that they shouldn't is not correct. Now, if a person has a lot of problems, I started off with Slim. I was constipated. I had die-off. It was a mess. I should have quit. If I didn't know as much as I do about supplements, I would have. I added Next, okay, X Factor because I ran out and I believed ProBio 5 and BioCleanse were junk. When I added ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, I dropped 21 pounds over the next 6 months. When I took and put the BioCleanse and ProBio 5 together, the magnesium in the BioCleanse accelerates the chitinase enzyme in the ProBio 5. So you now have the magnesium is like it fortifies the candida killing power of ProBio 5. So it's kind of like when Pac-Man gets crazy because he eats the super special little strawberry. Next thing you know, you'll see candida die off faster when you put ProBio 5 and BioCleanse together. So back in the day when my videos weren't censored, I was saying that Miley Cyrus had a freaky tongue because it was back when she was doing her tongue thing. And every time I look at her, I'm just like, girl, you need to scrape and cleanse. Scrape and cleanse, because she drives me crazy. My tongue was furry. That's where my yeast was showing up. That spit in a cup thing, because that's only if you're yeasty in your mouth. Mine was all deep inside. But if you ask me, can those two be together? There's no reason why. And the magnesium in the BioCleanse will accelerate the enzyme power of the ProBio 5. Okay? Fibro. So let me just give you this super quick, because I don't know about you, but my head's spinning. So anytime you have an autoimmune disease, okay, autoimmune diseases don't always do well by having products that boost immunity. It can make them worse for a minute. So that's why I say sometimes I go ProBio 5 BioCleanse, give it a good week, and then slowly add Slim. Simple, 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 simple. But fibro is like the rest of them, and they're all in the gut. But each human is different. And that's why it's important that we go slow with some of these people. So some of the questions I ask people, this is my latest thing, because aren't y'all sick and tired of people saying, well, I'll try? Get try out of my face, okay? I feel like Yoda. I'm like, try, there is no try. And so I'm asking people recently, are you interested in something that will help you quickly, or are you interested in making changes for life? And then they'll say, well, and they tell me quickly, I'll say, perfect, Slim and Edge, see you in 30. Because that's about where they're gonna stay. And they're not gonna try and fix something. But if they say, I really wanna do something, I'll say, okay, listen, you gotta stick with me for 4 to 6 months, right here next to me, because the body makes changes in 3, 6, 9, and 12-month increments. So as they start using that Slim, the alpha lipoic acid is pulling out, you're supporting your liver, you've got chromium balancing, you've got chlorogenic acid, you have everything that's helping you not to be so hungry. The body is flexing and turning and growing, and it's internally doing stuff. And around that 2nd month mark, you see changes. And then around the 3rd to 4th mark, you see changes. So I set them up from the beginning. Fibro, all those autoimmune things, it's going to be a minute, and I can't guarantee anything. So that's kind of where, for me, and I always follow up 2 days, and then I follow up again at week 1, I follow up again at week 2, and I'm always asking them the same thing. Tell me what you're loving best. I also have people write their issues down. So this gal that said, I want the changes for the long haul, I said, okay, right now, while we're together, get out your phone and put on today's date. And so I signed up 2 new people yesterday, and they right then, on yesterday's date, they put headache, cravings, wherever their nasty itches are, all their issues. And I said, okay, because in 30, 60, 90 days, those could be starting to go away, but your weight may not have budged, because it has to fix inside before you're going to fix the next layers outside. And they both were like, okay, they're going to do it, because people want to be part of a simple plan, and they want to know you're not going to leave them. Okay. And that is the magic. Questions, lots of questions I ask. And then that's it, you guys. All right, Jennifer, that's it. You got questions for me, love?
Okay. I like your fingernail polish. And second of all, when you were talking about putting the insulin in the cell, I felt like you were childbirth. You were like, okay. And the third thing is, oh my gosh, is she not amazing? Are you guys freaking out right now? Because 2 things that I didn't know: the body changes in increments of 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. Typically. I also didn't know that magnesium boosts the enzyme to work better. And then when you're talking to people and having them write all that down, are you doing that on the phone, Zoom, in person?
All of it. All of it.
I never want to talk on the phone.
I have a hot list. And when I meet you, so I'll give you my hot list, and I'll try and stay on track, and I'll be very clear. So when we're talking, however many years it took me to build that relationship, or maybe it was 30 days, who knows? We both know it takes time. And one of them has been watching me for a year, and the other one, when I met her, she told me she's getting ready to have surgery. So I always say, Jennifer, if there was any one thing that you could improve, what would it be? And then she tells me. Now I, at this point, just like all of you, can look at a person, hear their symptoms, and know which product. Tick, 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 this product. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, we know. But she's gonna tell me, and I'm gonna slow my roll. I'm gonna open up the book, or I'm gonna send her a graphic, and I'm gonna say, these would be the products that would be appropriate for you. Okay, she feels happy, it's customized, it's simple, it wasn't wordy. I didn't say, oh, you need triplex. Automatically, I'm gonna walk her to it like a horse to water. So she said, I want this to happen and this to happen. I said, okay, these would be the products that would be the most appropriate for you. But I will also ask her, think about the issues you're having. Actually, I do that first, sorry. Ask her about the issues you're having. What would you improve? Okay, let's write those down. Tell me what you want to improve. Okay, write them down. Now these are the right products. And she'll say, okay. I'll say, now I'm a little curious as we go. It's important to me that I'm giving you what you need. So are you really thinking you want to stick with me on that 3, 6, 9 month mark and start seeing those changes? And she says, yes. Okay. Now that will give me clues. You know, we teach that success leaves clues. Success does leave clues, but so does this. If you're listening to enough words, you can see she talks fast, then you got to talk fast. He gets right to the point, you got to get to the point. He tells you all the other supplements he's ever taken in his lifetime. You got to ask him, are you tired of doing that many? So it helps you. It leaves clues. And then I have him write it all down. And then when I follow up with them, I'll ask, what on your list is now gone? So when they start saying, I don't know if this is too expensive, I don't get the, is this too expensive? Because they're committed to something that's not the product. They're committed to the process.
Can we be best friends?
We can be best friends.
Aimee, seriously, think about it. 102 people on tonight, and the odds are it'll probably be watched by 500 people on my team. Let's say that when I post it on my team page. It won't go public because it's just on that page, just FYI. So in one night, in 28 minutes, you got to touch, let's say 600 lives.
Yeah. It's huge.
And that would have taken you 7 months in an office.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
I think the key is questions. The key is questions. And that's really where, if you know where your resources are, I'm constantly sending them the graphic or a video or something short with those layers. And the one graphic that we all saw, like the slim, the features, the benefits, like everything in one graphic, I'm constantly using that. This is the product that would be great for you. I don't tell them the features, I tell them the benefits. I don't tell them what ingredients are in it. I just tell them what it's done in people's bodies. So I am a, what would you call me nicely? I am a testimonial junkie. I'm always asking people, tell me your story, because my story was so run of the mill that I need all of you. So
what if there was a non-compliant testimonial page that I knew about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I love those. I love those. I try and be on the down low with those, because I did receive an email the other day from Chris Reed congratulating me on something that was on my page. And I thought, well, am I friends with him? And then he told me that him and lots of others are following with aliases. Right? You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, so I peed my pants just now. But listen, I have this group, like it's secret. It's like underground. It's like dark cave. There's no way he could find it.
I know. You know what? I had to do a lot with changing my videos. But here's the bottom line, you guys.
I can't breathe right now.
I know. When he said that, I may have lost my bowels. And then I called my husband at work. I'm like, oh my God, Dennis.
I just got fired.
He messaged me to congratulate me. And he's like, why do you care? He has your phone number. You can text him. You guys talk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I say something? Yeah, so anyway, I would just say that the stories, that's my pocket. That's what I stay in, because I'm a listener. For as much as I love to talk and communicate and hear your story, Jennifer, if I met you, I'd be listening for clues the whole time. And it might take me 6 months to build your trust, and I genuinely will want to build a relationship, but I'm always listening for clues. You're tired, right? I'm always listening. I'll remember parts of your story that will freak people out, because I'm always listening for clues, because that's how I remember who you are and your story and why it's important. Oh, your kids were sick and, all these different things. But then when it's the right timing, I'll say, I noticed you travel a ton all over the state of Washington. Do you ever find yourself just being anxious and tired? And then the gal said yes. And I said, would you be willing to talk to me about my natural product that really helped me, blah, 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 blah. And she said yes. And I said, are you interested in it being a long-term change or a short-term change? But that's my favorite question.
And it's good. It's so good. I'm so glad. Because the thing that we have trouble is coaching people on how to coach people with the products. We do a lot with personal growth, a lot with the belief, but this is the part that gets down to the nitty gritty that's harder. I mean, this isn't makeup, and you know about that. I mean, this is different because makeup is a quick result. The makeover, immediately you see how good you look. Thank you for doing this. I owe you so big. I don't think that you want me on your Zoom because it wouldn't be like this. I'll do something. I'll make you brownie.
You taught my leaders, and we still use your video. You just don't know that. And it is a process, unless, of course, you use Crayola markers on your face, and then you're in trouble.
Did you see that?
Totally did. I showed my kids. So, all right, you guys. I hope that I have empowered you. You have more power in yourself than you realize.
I love you, Aimee. Can I play you this real quick?
Yeah.
This is from my boy. He sent it to me today from his foster home.
I know I love you, Teddy, and you, remember? Everyone love. I love your house, every your house people, and your friends, and your everyone.
Is that not the sweetest thing?
That is.
Did you hear it?
I love it.
Well, I'll forward it to you and you can play it again. Good night. You're loved. We're very prayed for. Next week, Emerald Ambassador Bridget Kroll will be on our Zoom. Yep. And good night.